you're not protecting yourself, you're not protecting your energy. You interact with just anybody. You allow anybody into your home, into your space, into your car, into everywhere. There are some people that should not step a foot in your home. We are all spirits. People move around with spirits. Not everybody should even have sleepovers in your home. Okay? This is how protective you should be of your surroundings, of your energies. Okay? I just want to share something with somebody very quickly. A lot of people might have done you dirty. Not just one person. Like, you found yourself in situations where people have just done you dirty. Like, it's become a pattern where people that you've been nothing but good to have done you dirty, let you down in many different ways. And you find yourself that it is something that is always happening. Just going through betrayal, letdowns and just disappointments, just different things. I just want to tell you that when you have a certain light about you, when you have a beautiful aura about you, you become a magnet for demons. Demons don't walk around with horns on their heads, okay? Demons are in people that we see every day, okay? Demons are in people. They captivate people's minds. They captivate people's souls, spirit, and their minds, okay? This is why it's very important to protect your energy, okay? Protect your energy. It is so important to protect your energy and to make sure that you are very careful of the kind of energies that you choose to surround yourself with. We only see the face of people. You don't see their hearts, you don't see their minds, okay? These people seek out people like you, people with your light, people with your aura, because the intention is to ruin the light in the world. That is the intention, okay? That's why you find yourself under attack so many times. You found yourself multiple times under spiritual attack, always fighting warfare, okay? Because you're not protecting your energy. But I want you to know this. I want you to understand this, that God is greater and stronger than everything. And with every attack, with every battle, you become stronger. You become spiritually stronger. It makes you stronger. That you become, that any kind of battle or warfare that comes your way, you have been equipped to fight it in the spirit. You have gone through all those warfare battles, yet you continue to stand, because those attacks over time, they eventually make you stronger. But of course, you also have a role to play by making sure that you're not always putting yourself in situations where you're not protecting yourself. You interact with just anybody. You allow anybody into your home, into your space, into your car, into everywhere. There are some people that should not step a foot in your home. We are all spirits. People move around with spirits. Not everybody should even have sleepovers in your home, okay? This is how protective you should be of your surroundings, of your energies. That's why the Bible tells us to test all spirits. Test all spirits. This is what the Bible says, I believe, in 1 John 4:1. It tells us that we should not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, okay? That particular chapter verse speaks about many false prophets have gone into the world. It's not just prophets that we can be testing their spirits. We can even test the spirit of a friend. Just met a friend. You've met somebody. You're making a new friend, trying to become. They're not prophets, but they are your friend. If you call someone a friend, this means that they're trying to become close to you. They are trying to. A friend is someone who will become close to you. Someone who will have a certain level of access to you, a certain level of exclusivity to you that not everybody should have. You are allowed to test the spirit of that friend. You are allowed to go to the Lord in prayer to find out who this person truly is in their spirits. And trust me, God will definitely show you something. God will show you something. He will give you a sign, whether it's a dream, whether it is a sign, a warning, a confirmation that it's okay. This person has a good spirit. This person is a good person. Carry on with this friendship. But God will also show you something. You must see something. If you've truly seek the Lord to ask who this kind of person is and what kind of spirit they have, God will show you something. I just want somebody to hear me today that no matter the battles, no matter the warfare, no matter everything that you might have been going through, fighting all your life, God is going to bless you, because God will never make you go through something that He doesn't know that you are strong enough to overcome. Okay, trust in faith, trust in the Lord for His divine protection over your life. Because in this life, there is no way you can do ugly things to people and expect to live a beautiful life. It's not possible. Even if you try to avoid it, at some point, your evil will catch up with you. Even if wicked and evil people, even if they have 5 minutes left on this earth to live, their evil will catch up with them. If it doesn't, they have children, they have generations coming after them. Okay, but I just want you to believe that God is going to bless you, as long as you know in your heart that your hands are also clean and you also haven't gone around hurting people, doing people dirty. Your hands have to be clean for God to keep showing you mercy, for God to keep fighting your battles, for God to keep showing up for you in ways that you can't even explain to people. That's why sometimes when you find yourself in situations where you feel alone, or where you feel like you can't really get help from anybody, somehow God sends you help. Somehow God sends you help in that time of need. That's God right there. And that's Him letting you know to not change who you are, despite how much people might have done you dirty, despite how much pain and warfare you might have gone through. Don't change who you are, because He will always come through for you. So it's not just prophets you can test the spirit of people around you, so that you know whether this is somebody that you should bring close to you. So this is somebody that should come close to you. It's not a case of you being prideful. You're just trying to be careful. You're trying to be, protect yourself, because if you've gone through certain things in life, if you've had certain friendships in the past that has failed, or that you've regretted that has ended up in heartbreak and betrayal, you have to learn from that experience. You have to learn your lessons. We go through things in life. God takes us through things in life so that we learn and we grow. If we don't go through certain experiences, how do we learn? How do we grow? How do we make better choices? But where the issue is where you keep making the same mistakes time and time again, and you're not learning from those lessons. But until we learn, until we open our eyes, sometimes we're gonna keep, going through pain emotionally. You're gonna keep, if you just allow anybody, every Tom, Dick and Harry access into your life, without spiritually vetting these people. Okay, thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Bye.